As a yarn lover, a crochet knitting girly, I've accumulated a lot of yarn. I feel like it's a similar thing with books. You know how like book shopping is a hobby, like a whole extra hobby in itself, and then like reading is different? I feel like it's the same thing with like knitting crochet. Like buying yarn is a whole hobby within itself, and then you do like knitting and crochet with it. So like I just have so much yarn that I don't know like what projects I'm actually gonna do with it. I bought it just because I loved it, it looked pretty or whatever it may be, and I have no idea what to do with it. So I went on a little search the other day because I was like, what am I going to do with all this stuff? I wanted to look up really cute, really fun, like scrap yarn, like ideas, or not even just scrap yarn, but like maybe you just have like one skein of yarn, like 50-gram balls or 100-gram balls that like, you can't obviously make a full sweater with that, but you're still like, I want to use this, what do I do with it? And I found some pretty fun ideas. So of course I had to compile together a list, and I wanted to share them with you guys because I know a lot of you will be in the same boat as me, and you're not alone in this. We got this, we're all in this together. We're gonna bust through our yarn stash together. So we've got some knitting ideas and crochet ideas, so we've covered all bases, and these are pretty cute. You know, I like to find the really like whimsical, like obscure, like cute ones that are just like not like basic things. So strap in, grab a knitting or crochet project, and just enjoy as I chat you through some really cute crochet and knitting ideas specifically meant to help you bust your scrap yarn stash. So let's go. The first one is the Candy Floss sweater by me. Of course, I have to talk about this one. This was the whole thing that made me want to first start busting my yarn stash. This was fully self-drafted. This is a pattern I have now released. It's gone through the testing and it's now been released, and I'm so happy with it. This was such a fun one to do. I really wanted to make a sweater pattern that was like for completely beginner knitters who haven't ever knit their own sweater or haven't knit ever in general. I wanted to make this so easy to understand. I put in so many different beginner friendly resources, literally like things like how to cast on, how to knit, how to purl, things like that. And I'm really proud of this pattern. I had so many people who were beginner knitters test this pattern as well, and they loved it, and their versions were so fun. So of course, shameless plug, have to talk about it. I used all scrap yarn for this project. Obviously I used all mohair that was already in my collection, and this was a really great one because you kind of change up colors depending on how much like yarn you have of that color. I think this is really cute. This is like the definition of a scrappy yarn project, like just using what you've got and just creating a cute pattern. Obviously I just think this one is really cute. Next up is also a pattern by me. This is a Sunday scrunchie set. I developed this when I was knitting my how many scrunchies can I knit in 12 hours video. I knit so many scrunchies, and of course those are amazing projects for scrap yarn. You literally don't even need that much. You need maybe like 20-30 grams of yarn, and it's just so fun. I love knitting a scrunchie. That's why I made this pattern. There's 3 different types of scrunchies within this one pattern, and scrunchies to me I think are just a perfect like travel, like on the go project to work on, but also just something, yeah, like if you just have a little bit of yarn left from a sweater project or whatever it may be, the perfect way to use that. Plus also something I want to start doing is if I do have leftover yarn from like a sweater I've worked on, I want to make like a matching scrunchie to go with that sweater, because I just think that would be really cute. I haven't actually done that yet because I am playing quite yarn chicken with my project that I'm working on, but I would love to start doing that. So that is also an idea you could do, just to use up like the yarn you have left over from a sweater so there's no scrap yarn left from that. The next one is the Weekend Scarf by The Long Weekend. This is a really cute scarf pattern. This one, she does like 2 colored stripes, but again, I feel like any scarf pattern you could really just do any colors, no matter what scrap yarn you had or how much of each like scrap yarn you have. I feel like it could be really fun to do different like textures, like different weights of the yarn, different types of yarn. Could be really fun. I feel like a scarf is like a perfect scrappy, like you can do whatever length you want. You could do a skinny scarf, you could do a thicker scarf. I think it'd be really fun. I definitely think a scrappy yarn scarf is what I'm going to be knitting next, and I really like her alternating on this pattern of like the thicker stripes in half the scarf and then thinner stripes. I want to kind of try and do that, but with lots of different colors. This one is very similar. This is a super striped scarf by Goose Knits Designs. It has the same like two-toned, it's like 2 different halves of a scarf put together. I love this. I really love how she did that one side is like really monochromatic and the other side with the red and the pink. I really love that color palette, and I don't know, I just think this one is really fun. So just another kind of scarf option for you. This one is using double knitting, which I've never actually done double knitting before, but it's something I want to try. So I definitely think I'm going to give this technique a go because I always love finding knit projects that help me learn new things as well. So this is definitely a really cute one that I want to knit. We also have the Groove Warmers by Kate. She is an amazing YouTuber on here, and I was one of her pattern testers for these, and I absolutely loved testing them. This was a really great one. It doesn't use that much yarn at all, and the stripe detail in it is really fun. That was the perfect way to use scrap yarn, and I really love this pattern. It's so easy to follow. I'd never knit mittens or any kind of gloves before, so this is my first one. It was so easy, it was so quick, and yeah, I think it's an amazing design and definitely a really cute accessory that can use up some scrap yarn. Moving on to another sweater. This one I think is really fun, incorporating all the stripe designs, but like lots of different types of stripes. This is very similar to a sweater that I really love by Ava P. She did this on her knitting machine, I believe, but she just put together like a bunch of different stripes, like panels, and like knit them and like sewed them together. This kind of gives me that kind of vibe, and this is kind of the pattern I would follow to get that kind of look from Ava P, but using hand knit, obviously. Again, I feel like depending on how much of like the white yarn you have or like the main colored yarn, you could definitely use like all scrap yarn for the different striped colors, and I think that is just a super fun, like it still looks really cohesive and like not, because you know how like some scrap yarn projects that are like really scrappy, like it's very obvious it's very scrappy, and I love that look. This one's not so much like obviously a scrap busting project, like it's very like still very cohesive and very intentional with the design, if that makes sense. So I really like this one. Just incorporates a good mix of different colors, of different types of yarn. Just yeah, I really like this one. Next up we have this gorgeous mohair cardigan. This one is absolutely gorgeous. It's stunning. It's very similar to my candy floss sweater but in a cardigan form. I've been loving the look of holding mohair double knit, and I really want to do more projects. I really want to incorporate that more in more of my projects. So this is a stunning one. I love the kind of look of it. So like relaxed feel. It doesn't have a button band or anything, so I feel like it's very simple, very easy. There's no ribbing on it at all, even on the cuffs, and I really love like the huge balloon kind of big cuffs that like really cinch in. So this one is just stunning, like the whole fit of it, the whole look of it. I really love this one, and this one could be a great one for like self-striping yarns, or again if you just have scrap yarns that you can just like do different amounts of stripes and whatever to make it look really fun. And I just love like things like this that just have so many different colors. I feel like that always tells a story of the types of yarn you like to buy and the types of colors you like to wear, because it'll all come out in one project, and it's just very fun. I really like this one. Next up we have a bunch of socks, because I feel like socks obviously don't take up as much yarn, and you could definitely find some cute ones that do different designs and use different scrap yarns for it. My favorite designs are from Stone Knit. She just has a design for every single thing, and like she kills it every single time. This Dream House sock set is just like the cutest, and I really want to knit this because like how cute little houses on your socks. I love it. And yeah, I truly think things like this is like painting with yarn, like you're making a whole picture, and it's so cool. Another sock pattern is the Ditzy Floral Socks by Lost Socks Knits. This has been on my to knit list for so long, but this one just seems a bit more simple but also still really fun. And yeah, I just think socks, you could find any sock pattern that would be great for busting your yarn stash. I feel like that's a perfect, like if you have like one skein of yarn or something, like that would be really good. And I feel like these two designers definitely have really great sock options. Next up we have the Boy Bandana by Shan Fran. This one is so cute. I feel like it's definitely like Sophie Scarf-esque kind of thing, but slightly different. I really love the bold colors she's used. The striping is so much fun, and I definitely feel like I want to knit this. I don't even really wear bandanas, but I just think this is really cute, and just another smaller kind of accessory that you can knit to use up some of your stash, and it just looks really cute. This one is the Nebula Hood by Cosmorti. I've been having such a big like bonnet like moment, but bonnets, balaclavas, that kind of thing, like hoods like this, I just feel like are having their moment, especially in the knit and crochet community. And I love this one by Cosmorti. The colors that she's used are so cool, but again, this would work with any kind of scrap yarn or any variegated yarn, any self-striping yarn. It would just look so sick with this pattern. I love the like ties. Everything is just perfect about this pattern. I think it's so fun. This one is really cute. I think a really great way to use up any scrap yarns is making baby things, making things for a baby. I really want to knit this one. This is the Bear Beanie by Handmade by Christiane. I think this is so sweet and so cute, and it's definitely something I'm going to be making for my godson. I'm just like, it's just adorable. Again, I was just talking about how hoods and balaclavas and bonnets are like just such a thing, and obviously I have to make a baby version, and the little bear ears are just so cute. This one is really fun. This is like bringing me back to my very first crochet project I ever did, the thing that started this whole thing for me. But this is the patchwork cardigan by Susie Ray. This just really reminds me of the J.W. Anderson cardigan that Harry Styles wore. That one was a knit cardigan, and it's like a similar thing. It's a patchwork cardigan, but that was the very first thing that I actually crocheted and is what got me into this whole fiber arts thing. So this one was just like a very, very cute one for me. But this one is very cool. This one's obviously knit and I love the fit of it. It's very similar to the mohair cardigan I talked about, where it doesn't have a button band or anything. I feel like there's a little bit of ribbing on this one, but it also has a very big sleeves that kind of cinch in, which again, I love that kind of look. I think this just looks like a big, beautiful slouchy cardigan, and again I feel like this one would be a really fun one to do like so many different textures and different fiber like weights of yarn as well, just to make it really fun. I love when like knit projects have so many different weights and textures in the same thing. It just makes it so interesting, and I just love this one. And I feel like doing like a little patchwork, that just a little square, is just obviously it's not going to use up that much yarn, so this one I feel like is perfect for any scrap yarn. Next up we have the Somewhere Over the Rainbow raglan jumper by Jamie Creates. This one I think is beautiful. I love a raglan design sweater as well. It's my favorite, like top down raglan is my favorite sweater construction, and this one is also just a really stripy one. I feel like stripes look really, really cool when it's raglan, just because like the way it kind of goes around in the raglan yoke is just, I don't know, it's really cool to me. So this one I just thought was really fun, a really cute one to add in as well. And this one is a little bit more cropped and just like a loose fit. It's beautiful. I love this design. This one is really fun. This is the Simple Life cardigan by The Knitting Niche, and this one is like a full like garter stitch cardigan, no purling, which I love. And this one's just really fun. Like I love the texture that like the garter stitch kind of gives. This one is using really chunky yarn as well, which I love. You could either, if you have a lot of like chunky yarn scraps left over, or you can like hold a couple of strands of yarn, like double or triple even, depending on what yarn you're using, which I think would give a really fun, like really multicolored mold look. I just really liked the structure of this. I liked the garter stitch aspect of it. I just think it's really fun, really interesting. Again, it has no ribbing, so very, very easy to do. I really love actually how it's like rolled on the inside, kind of where the ribbing would be, and you can kind of see the knit stitches coming out on that. Like I just think that's really fun. I also feel like something like this you could possibly wear it reversible. No, like I'd assume you could wear it reversible, which again, really, really fun. I don't know, I really like this one. I love the colors she used. Obviously with scrappy yarn projects, I feel like the stripiness is inevitable. Like obviously that's the look for scrap yarn, so this one is just like really fun. And I wanted to include a chunkier pattern because obviously I have ones for like mohair and ones for just like, I guess like DK weight, like Aran weight yarn, the normal kind of ones. So chunkier yarn, we've got you covered. We have another cardigan. This is the Just My Stripe cardigan by Be Creative Knit. She is one of my favorite creators on here right now that I've been watching. She does such amazing fiber arts vlogs and has been releasing such cool patterns. This one included, it's obviously the stripe, but like, I don't know, it just like is different and I love it. I love the fit of it, everything. She's such a talented pattern writer, and yeah, I really like this one and obviously had to include it. And this last one for the knitting category is probably the most fun and like the most like, this is what I envision when I envision like scrappy yarn. I love this so much. This is the accordion jumper, and I just think this is just the coolest thing. It's basically like a little like bolero kind of situation, but I'd always try and modify the pattern a bit so I can make it a full like sweater, but I'd also love to make it in this. Like I love a little bolero moment. I love how big the sleeves are. I love the colors that's used in it. Like it's just full scrappy vibes and I love it. Like it's like scrappy vintage chic. I don't know, that's what I see when I see this. I mean, I might honestly have enough scrap yarn to make a whole sweater, but most of us don't have enough scrap yarn to make full-on sweaters, so this is like a great alternative, is making a little bolero, because that's obviously a lot less yarn that you would need for like if you were to do the full body. And I just think this looks really, really cute. It's such a cute design, and I'm jealous that I didn't think of it first, honestly. Like it's so cute. Moving on to crochet, starting off strong with the Scooty pattern by Ava P. I feel like this is just like, you've got to have it on this list. Again, we've been obsessed with the bonnets, the hoods, that kind of thing, and this one is just perfect. It's a hood and a scarf in one. What more could you want? Next up we have the Chroma hood by Cosmorty. I did talk about her knitting one, and of course she has one for crochet, which is amazing. And this one I just love the look of so much. Like it gives the same vibe, but like different, obviously, because it's crochet. I feel like I've talked about this one multiple times. I keep coming back to it because I just really love the stitch that she's used. I think it just looks so cool. I need to make this because I think I've talked about this multiple times in different videos like this, but I just keep coming back to it because it's just so cool. Can you blame me? It's so cool. Also by Cosmorty is this beautiful beanie. Like, look, first of all, I'm obsessed with, I think it's these colors. I feel like Cosmorty uses the best colors in her designs. Like, how beautiful. I think obviously a beanie is a great kind of accessory, something to knit, crochet, to bust through your yarn stash. Obviously it doesn't use as much yarn, but I think this one just looks so cool to me. The way she's done like this vertical stripes and just done all of the different color like changes. There's just something different about it that I just love, and I don't know, I had to include it. I've definitely talked about this one before, but this is the mesh crochet jumper by Rugrats Crochet. I keep coming back to this because it's just so cool, and I feel like this is exactly what I'd want to do with like scrap yarn, with crochet especially, just using all the different stitches. I feel like also a jumper like this, it might look intimidating, but for a beginner this could be really good because you would learn obviously so many different stitches within making this jumper, and I think it's really cool. Like, it's a really fun design, obviously, with all the different textures and the different, you know, stitches. Obviously this one is very similar, but I feel like it gives more like grandma chic, which like I personally love. This is the Sunny sweater by the Scrap collection, so you know they're all about the scrap yarns. I feel like this is just, yeah, like I said, it's grandma vibes. It's very cool. It's still got the same like lots of different stitches, but less like meshy, like holy, I guess, if that makes sense. So just, yeah, there's less gaps in it, but like still a very similar vibe with all the different colors, all the different types of stitches. I think this one is so cool. The colors is very retro vibes, very cool, very fun, and I love like a big like boat neckline as well. I think that is really cool. Also from the Scrap collection, this one really caught my eye. This is the mini granny crochet sweater, and look at this. Like, do you see this? I feel like you would need like one main color that like the brown in it, but I love every other color in this. Like, it's perfect to me. Like, this is perfect. I love the textured sleeves. Like, I love it all. I love everything. The mini granny squares as well would just be perfect because you would really not need a lot of yarn. You could really do it like as you go, like whenever you get more like scrap yarn as you're knitting or crocheting whatever project, you could just finish it up in a granny square and just collect granny squares until you have enough to make this. Like, I feel like I just love the colors in this. I definitely want to get some brown yarn like that and just like make granny squares until I have enough to make something like this. This is so fun. And like mixed with the striped sleeves, like this is just everything I love. It's just so cool. I had to include it, like the high neck, everything about it is just so cool. Also had to include a scarf. This is the Scrappy Scarfie by What Elle Makes, and it's really fun. It's almost like the jumpers that I've just shown you, but like in a scarf form. There's like all the different types of stitches, and it's just like, you can't go wrong with something like this. It's just perfect for scrap yarn. You could really just do it like as you go, like as you get more scrap yarn as well, just like keep adding to your scarf. Yeah, just a really fun, cute way. Use all the different colors, all the different textures, different weights. Like I said, like everything I feel like would be really cute in this. We've got a scrap yarn bucket hat. This I really love the look of. This is the scrap yarn hat by Dina Lee Crochet, and I just love the colors. I love everything. I feel like this is a great, like if you have more lightweight like cotton yarns, like scrap yarns that you need to use up, this is a perfect way to use this. I feel like a bucket hat is just like a staple crochet thing. Like I feel like everyone has crocheted a bucket hat. Like, can't go wrong. This to me is perfect, like the perfect scrap yarn crochet project. This is the Scrap That Vest, and like, how perfect is this? This is amazing. Like, I just think this is so good. Like, you just can't go wrong with this. I think the fit of it, just like, it's just so cool. Like, this is like a cool girl crochet project. I really like this one. I feel like I really like scrap yarn projects that like the most of the project is very like, obviously lots of different colors, lots of different stripes, that kind of thing, but then having like a trim around it, like maybe the ribbing or whatever is all one color. It just really ties it together and just makes it look more like it's meant to be like that. Like, it just looks really good to me, and it's done so well in this project. I think a vest is just like, you can't go wrong. Doesn't use as much yarn obviously as a sweater. Come on, this one just looks really cute. And the last pattern I'm talking about today is the Odds and Ends sweater by Craft in a Copper. This one is very cute. This is very similar to actually one of my first scrap yarn sweaters I ever crocheted that I still wear and love to this day. It is just very like random, very mismatched, how the ribbing is all one color, so it looks very cohesive. Like, this is, yeah, just one of my favorites because I've made something similar to this. It's just very like customizable. I feel like this is just a go-to. This is just like you can't go wrong with it. Very, very fun. I really like this design. And those are all the scrap yarn, knitting and crochet patterns I have for you guys today. Let me know which one caught your eye and what you would want to do with your scrap yarns, if it's any of these patterns or if there's any more scrap yarn patterns that you've got your eye on that you're thinking of doing. Let all of us crafters know in the comments, because if you're a fiber artist, if you're a knitter, crocheter, or if you're on this video, I know you're looking for ways to use up your scrap yarn. So definitely leave some ideas for the rest of us in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video today, for hanging out with me and talking about patterns. As always, one of my favorite things to do. So yeah, good luck busting your stash. I am right there with you. Happy crafting. Bye.